Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bakertron, and I am back for another game of Homeworld. Today we will have a 1v1. I did say last game, I believe, that I'll try to find another 2v2, but I couldn't yet, so this is a 1v1. It started out as a 1v1v1, which is why you can just about see the message, "You have been defeated." This is because another Homeworld player, Metho from clan SLS, was down here. I think he's just observing the game. He either quit the game or suicided right at the start, and I think that's just to allow him to watch. We didn't really have the dedicated observers back in the day, and this won't really change much. I don't think this map is in fact any different from what it usually is. This is, I believe, subjugate your friends. So yeah, just thought I'd point that out. Anyway, our two players today will be the famous, or possibly infamous, DarthMolle, who may sometimes be known as Sir Mole, and he is one of the more experienced, one of the best players in the community in those days, obviously, because this game is probably about 6, 7, 8 years old, and his opponent from clan SLS is a player called Blood, who I've not heard anything about. So let's see if he puts up a good fight. And of course, as we have seen before, DarthMolle isn't, he's not invincible. He's good, but no player will ever be unbeatable. So you never know which way this is going to go. It's all fairly simple, standard at the start. We have, these are just scouts, as per usual. More scouts, support frigates, only one out for Blood, I believe, at the moment. And let's see, there's four research ships, and there's one harvester there. Meanwhile, over here we have 2 more harvesters, 3 harvesters, and the controller. While his opponent, basically the same, 4 research ships. I forgot the name then. There actually, he does only appear to have 2 harvesters in the middle. Does he have any others anywhere else? There's a 3rd one, and the 4th one just coming in. So it kind of looks like that Blood is slightly quicker on the harvesting, or at least getting started harvesting up quicker. But DarthMolle has managed to get out a fair few support frigates. We only saw 1 for Blood. We've got 2 here, and there's at least another one back here somewhere, right there. So he's also got this nice lovely corvette wall formed up. So we'll have to see which way around that goes. Will the economic advantage work out? So that's going to basically depend on, can Blood keep all his harvesters alive. He's got 2 support frigates, so he might be able to, but everything's quite far away from the harvesters at the moment, which is not that good. It's going to take a little bit of time to respond to any attack, and it does look like we are very soon going to see a significant attack from DarthMolle, although this kind of looks like he's withdrawing, so maybe not. Maybe we will now have 10 minutes of nothing happening. I hope not. But Blood has still managed to respond. Is that a heavy corvette? Yes, it is. We have heavy corvettes out now, which is going to be a nice little advantage for Blood, if he can keep them alive. And if it wasn't for the fact that actually DarthMolle also has heavy corvettes out, and it's now up to 4 support frigates. So this wall is not dying anytime soon. In fact, nothing's dying anytime soon, because nothing at all is happening. Well, obviously things are happening, it's just, oh, now, just as I say that, combat looks like it's going to start. And it looks like it's going to be Blood who kicks off, trying to hunt down harvesters. I mean, we did see some of the support frigates shooting a harvester earlier, but support frigates are never going to kill anything, ever, in the entire history of Homeworld. Their gun actually does 0 damage And if you believe that, you're not gonna do very well when Homeworld remastered when that game comes out, and hopefully the multiplayer all kicks off again. So yes, DarthMolle aiming for this collector, but it looks like Blood is sort of swinging around. Maybe, hopefully. And the collector's got a lot of hit points, but with this many Corvettes on it, it's not going to last forever. Let's just see if I can get a better view, especially of all these scouts. No, that's terrible. And that's a lot of kamikaze scouts. But the problem with kamikazing scouts into such a large Corvette wall, especially with heavy Corvettes, is they tend to survive. We saw the support frigates just heal everything up, and now, well, now there's all these scouts of DarthMolle. And what can Blood do against them? DarthMolle kamikazing them into a much more valuable target. He has managed to take out the resource controller, and that's just going to put a massive dent into Blood's harvesting for the next few minutes. Eventually this mothership will move up, but until that time, Blood is probably going to have about half the income. Now, both sides have lost pretty much all their scouts, so it's just going to come down to Corvette wall versus Corvette wall. And here, despite the kamikazing attack, I still think DarthMolle has the advantage, simply because he now has 5 support frigates. And in fact, they're out of position slightly. I think they're just maybe trying to heal this up. There we go. And that's not going to take them long. But in a one-on-one fight, once these support frigates sort of come down here, start help these guys off. It's going to start swinging into favour of DarthMolle. And eventually his better income is going to allow him to replace his losses quicker, and he's going to start to very slowly snowball up an advantage. That tends to be what we see with Corvette wars. Advantage of 1 or 2 Corvettes after 5 minutes, 10 minutes becomes a much larger advantage as the Corvette war just gets harder and harder to take out. And so we can just see these guys dueling. But, well, what more can I say? Couple of ships going down. I think Blood just lost one. And we can see DarthMolle keeping his alive quite nicely with his 4. And I think he's now retargeting the support frigates. Loses 1 Corvette though to an unlucky hit or 2. The 2nd Corvette. So his support frigates aren't doing as well as I thought. 3rd Corvette goes down. But on the other hand, these support frigates, well, this one's probably about 50% health, and once those 2 are gone, this Corvette wall here is going to be in a lot of trouble. In fact, we can see, I believe that's multi-gun Corvettes coming out. Let's see, yes, that is multi-gun Corvettes coming out. So I'm expecting DarthMolle to get some multi-gun Corvettes out now, unless he may in fact already have them. It's a little hard to tell. I don't think he does. But when he is losing a fair few Corvettes, but he can replace his better. At the moment, kind of. Although he doesn't actually, if he hasn't got multi-gun Corvettes out, then he won't be able to, because he can only build 2 at a time, a light Corvette and a heavy Corvette, whereas his opponent, thanks to the multi-gun Corvettes, can have 3 build queues, as it were. But there's only 1 support frigate out left for Blood, and it's getting pretty dead. It won't be long. There we go. So what else does he have? I mean, yes, he's still on standard Corvettes. Has DarthMolle stopped researching? He might have done. He does pretty much have all he needs to defeat this force. Scouts kamikazing in, maybe getting 1 or 2 Corvettes, but this is the point where it's going to start swinging very rapidly out of Blood's control. You can see he's already started to lose Corvettes. Yeah, I'm expecting a few more explosions. A lot of them are damaged, especially in comparison to DarthMolle's. There goes another one. I wonder... It is kind of sometimes possible to get into the pilot view of a ship you can't select, but I can't seem to do it right now. And unfortunately I can't select them to see the exact unit counts, but... Well, you know what I'm expecting. Of course, Blood could go for assault frigates, but he went for multicon corvettes, so I'm kind of expecting him to stick on the corvette line. Maybe get some mine laying corvettes. I'm not quite sure what that harvester is trying to do. Might be trying to get some kamikaze attacks in. The problem is as soon as these light corvettes take damage, they get healed. But if you kamikaze into them, it should destroy them before they get healed. The problem is well, you can plainly see they're just dodging the harvester. You might think that this is a fairly large wall and so it's quite an easy target, but it really isn't. So he's taking down one corvette, but there's nothing left of Blood's corvette wall. And he's got to be wondering now, what can he do? Because now his harvesters are under attack. It's not going to take them long before they go down. And in fact, that is the end of the replay. So that was a slight anticlimax. I believe, well, either Mentho was it? Either the other observer who's doing the actual recording of this game quit, saw it was all over and quit, or Blood saw it all over and quit, or something along those lines. But I think definitely DarthMolle does have another win under his belt. I mean, there's 2 harvesters down and no resource controller, no ships left. I think we can safely say congratulations to DarthMolle, commiserations to BloodSLS, and thank you for watching. I hope it's still been enjoyable despite being short, and I'll try to find a nice long game for the next one. So thank you very much and goodbye.